time, I'm still convinced that it's just not going to work.
Well, maybe get over it. And
Just get over it.
just get over
That's
it.
terrible advice.
Just know that it's working.
I mean, I'm tragically optimistic.
It's true.
Like in every situation, probably my most annoying thing is I'm like, okay, well, where's an opportunity and how can this be a positive thing? And I don't know, try to see not even a silver lining, but like more than that,
Okay.
a light at the end of every tunnel I go down.
Lucky you.
Except when I start the podcast.
Except when you started the podcast, it's just a dark pit of despair.
I'm like, oh no, it's a disaster waiting to happen.
Your hair looks nice.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, well, I saw my boy, Louis.
Yeah. You got all your hair cut.
Got my hair cut. Yeah, got my emotional release of just, yapping.
Well, it's kind of fun that, you spend so much of your day being the emotional release for people that, every 3 weeks you get to go have your 30 minutes
Yep,
or whatever
my
it is.
30-minute little therapy session.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think, I don't know how many years Louis has been cutting my hair now, but a long time.
Yeah.
So we know each other pretty well. Mm-hmm. And so it is very just like seeing a friend.
It is interesting, when someone is performing a service on you more so than for you. Well, no, I guess it's just when a person is sort of doing a service for you. I feel like you're more inclined to talk to them than just a stranger near you.
Right.
If you're getting your hair cut, if you're being served, especially if you're sitting like at a bar, you're talking to the bartender, or I don't know. Is it
I
just?
think I see where you're going.
Yeah, there's something about them doing the act that you're receiving that it just opens up more room for conversation, or you already feel this connection, so you're more likely to start talking to them rather than the person sitting next to you also getting their hair done, the person sitting next to you also at the bar, the person sitting next to you at the nail salon. You're more likely
I'm going to yap to everybody.
But I feel like you're probably more likely to begin the conversation with the person performing the service.
Yeah. We already have a common ground. You're there for the same purpose.
But so is the person sitting next to you.
But not with that particular person. I mean, I guess they could be getting the same service from the same person, but
yeah. I don't know. I just thought about that. It's interesting.
Yeah.
I just feel like we're more likely to open up and begin a conversation with somebody who's performing a service
Well, I think
for us.
the big thing I've learned is obviously the more intimate the setting, typically the more people open up. Louis was at a more crowded salon before, and now it's often just he and I there.
Yeah.
So I'll just say whatever.
Yeah.
I'll get super offensive. I don't care.
I feel like you always just talk to him about anything. Yeah, and I don't think you get very offensive.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. How was your day?
It was just it looked like a wave. I don't know.
Up and down.
Up and down and up and down. I feel like every
Like the weather,
25 minutes, very much like the weather. I feel like every 25 minutes I was either like feeling great and on it and everything was good, and then I would dip into this like slump, but then something would bring me out of it, but then something would put me back in it. And then I started walking home and it felt good because it was sunny out, but then there was the wind and that was driving me crazy. And but then I saw you and I got happy again, and I've stayed pretty happy since then. So no, it was a fine day. It was honestly not much to report, which is fine. Wednesdays have become kind of my today's Thursday, but Wednesdays have become my day where things actually happen because I'm not just at the store all day. It's sort of like my catch-all day now. So yesterday was a fun day, mainly because I got to go play with horses.
You get to play with ponies for sure.
Yeah.
I think since last we chatted, you went to a 1-year-old's birthday party.
You're not only a 1-year-old, my sweet little tiny nephew.
Yeah. Yep. Little Chuck.
Yeah.
Any insights on what it's like to be one?
Yeah, you become so much more aware, and you definitely are, retaining a lot of information, remembering a lot of things, but then everything is a little scary as well.
Yeah.
There's a lot of...
Maybe start realizing things.
Yeah, I think, he's definitely going through sort of like attachment issues, or, if my sister walks away for too long and he's around people he doesn't know that well, now he's pretty clingy, he's pretty, so with a lot of just the awareness and excitement of that comes this stranger danger.
Of course,
and
yeah.
so there were some moments like that, which always, as the person who also loves him so much,
Right.
you're like,
oh,
but
come
it's
on.
just me,
It's me.
and I love you, and I care
Yeah.
about, and I'm not going to do anything, but. We did have some fun moments. As long as Celia was in the room, he would pretty much play with anybody. But if she walked out and then he realized that she was gone, he would freak out.
Right.
But we played the piano a lot, which was
Yeah.
fun, and took some walks. But yeah, being one it still seems pretty easy because you still have, most things are still done for you. He cannot fully walk yet. He's getting really close, but not quite. So it still has to be carried everywhere. And he does a thing now instead of like a normal crawl. I mean, he'll do a normal crawl, but if he's happens to be on like concrete or something, like, they have a patio and it's just concrete, he'll do like a bear crawl.
Oh,
So
yeah.
he's like on his feet and his
but
hands,
yeah,
but just
totally get
like
it.
crawling around. So he did that on the beach too, which was really cute.
Little butt in the air.
Little butt in the air.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's fun. It was very fun.
Extremely fun, and you got to be on the beach. That's fun.
Yeah, the beach was gorgeous. And it's spring break, so it was pretty hopping everywhere. People
Oh,
were
that
very
makes
much
sense.
enjoying.
Yeah,
And
it's
the
South
weather was
Carolina,
good,
yeah.
so
You had no problems flying though. All the
nope. There was a big line at Columbus, but I have pre-check, so fuck it.
my client today, her friend had a layover in Atlanta, and I guess even though they were already through security, it was just like chaos. I think
Really?
just delay. Yeah,
Oh.
just because of planes, people trying to get on, or even people,
Yeah.
whatever it is with TSA, because Atlanta and Houston are the worst.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Columbus was completely fine.
Point of this story is her friend then had to get a Greyhound because they were going to. It was
what?
going to be delayed till the next day, so
Oh,
she took a
God.
Greyhound to Orlando.
Ooh.
But it's hard to tell whether the Greyhound was a better decision or not. I
Well,
think.
yeah. Well,
Did you ever take a
no,
Greyhound
nope.
anywhere?
I never took Megabus.
Yeah.
I never took Chinatown bus. I know plenty of my friends did
Yeah.
for various reasons, but no, I've never done a bus trip.
Yeah, I took the Greyhound once back home. I remember the band was going somewhere else
Yeah.
to do like one last event, but I didn't need to be there. It was with Foxy.
Yeah.
And so I remember I stopped in Atlanta, and this is what reminded me of the story. And I had all of their merch money, so I had, I don't know,
Some thousands.
thousands of dollars
Yeah.
from the tour, and I was supposed to deposit it back in Cincinnati once I got back up. And I was at the Atlanta. We like had a changeover or something, and so there was like a 30-minute gap. Anyway, I went outside to go smoke a cigarette, and this like black dude came up to me, and he was like, "Hey, like, you smoke weed?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, brother!" And so we were smoking this joint. Then like some other black dudes like came over, and they were, "What's in the backpack?"
Oh,
Did I ever tell you this story?
No.
Yeah, and so they started being like, let's see what's in your, and they were like, let's see what's in your backpack. And I was like, no. And they were like, give us your backpack. And so they got kind of
No.
aggressive.
Yeah.
And then luckily at that time, like security came out, and then they were like, we're just hanging out. And I was like, I'm gonna go inside.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna go back inside,
no,
guys.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Don't smoke weed with strangers at the fucking
Well,
Greyhound bus stop.
Trying to break bread with people, you know. Anyway.
I don't know. That's a moment where you just put on your resting bitch face and you don't have anybody talk to you.
But I think there was a close call
I
there.
did on my
There was a
flight.
close call
on one of
there.
my flights home, I sat next to a woman and I was seated before she was, and so when she sat down, I definitely don't think I have resting bitch face, but I kind of have a serious face when I travel. I don't want to talk the entire
I
flight.
passed you walking the other day, and I was like, whew, she looks aggressive.
I also really had to go to the bathroom.
I think that was the real part of it, but I could see.
I
could
was
see the face.
meditating in that moment, but she sat down, and and of course I smile and say hi when they sit down and stuff. But then she was like, "It's just so hard to know how to dress for this weather," and I was like, "Oh,
no, she
shit!"
wants
I was
to
like,
yap.
"No," and I was like, "Layers," and I just kept kind of like cutting it off,
Yeah.
and then she kind of got the gist. Where she was like, how far north do you have to go? And I was like, lady, I am not telling you my whole story right now. And so we pulled back from the gate, and then we had to sit on the tarmac for 40 minutes. And I was like, pods in. I am focusing. We are not talking right now. And it ended up being fine. But then I think we were even stuck after we arrived, waiting for our gate for a while. And she was starting to talk again. And I was like, lady, I really don't want to talk right now.
It just reminds me of last layover in Dallas when we got rerouted, and then we had the Carney lady.
Oh my God, I forgot about
She was just like, she was
that.
very sweet, but she just wanted to talk. And
Yeah.
I was like, all right.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm in, whatever.
Yeah.
And I just let her yap at me, and she's talking about her relationship with her son and how it's like estranged or whatever. And then she's just like, well, I was a meth addict.
I know.
You know, and I was just like,
oh my God.
yeah.
It's so hard because, like, yeah, you could end up with, you could hear, everybody has a story.
Right.
Something interesting is going on with absolutely every person, some more than others. And so, yes, I think it is smart to engage with strangers and to hear their stories and learn something. But I'm sure, I don't know if you ever, brain, just work.
Did you ever watch Fight Club?
All I was going to say is, like, why do some people not learn when to shut the fuck up?
Yeah.
Or when to stop? When they've said
Social
enough.
cues.
There's social cues. And that's where it's like you take the risk opening up that
Yeah.
door. I've seen it, but like only once.
Like
and I
the
hardly remember
opening
any of it.
Of, I don't remember the book now. I remember the movie better, but the opening is like he has to travel for work constantly, and he talks about he's going through this sequence, and he calls them single serving friends.
Right.
You know, so the idea that you're just like, okay, for the duration of this flight, you're my friend.
Yeah.
And so you can make up stories or say whatever, but
Right.
you want to engage, and like he like pretends to engage as much as possible, and it's like, well, I'm never going to see this person again.
Yeah.
But so it calls them single serving.
Single
friends.
serving friends. Yeah. But sometimes it's just frustrating when it's only one sided and this person's now just like gabbing the entire time, and it's just depends on the time you're spent with them,
sure.
and I don't know,
Depends on how interesting their story is.
or how tired you are.
Also valid.
Typically pretty tired on a plane.
Will you try one of those buying out a row that you can sleep on? You saw that?
Yeah, so I don't
United.
really get it.
It's like it's economy,
Yeah.
so it's not first class
Yeah.
or business class. It's like right behind that, but 3 seats in a row,
Yeah.
and you can basically pay extra for those 3 seats, and then they can turn into a bed.
Yeah, but you're not paying for 3 seats. You're paying for this.
I mean, you have to buy 3 seats.
Well, then buy 3 seats. Like, what's the difference?
okay.
Well, I guess that's what I don't get.
These
It's like,
specifically have these footrests that come up and become a bed. So let's say you and I were taking a flight.
yeah.
We could buy the whatever row, and then if it's long or if
Yeah.
we want, we can put the seats up. They put down a little mat.
But to sit there, do you have to buy the whole row?
I don't think so.
So that's what I
I
don't
think it's just
get.
an option you can have. Is like,
Yeah. And it's just a little bit cheaper than buying 3 tickets worth.
I believe so. This is probably like they want to encourage you, and like if you have a kid and they want to
Yeah.
nap or whatever, now you can make this little bed.
Yeah.
And you can sit there, and then they can be on this little bed.
I'd have to see the price breakdown
Yeah.
between that and just getting one of the first class
I
tickets.
can fall asleep in anything.
Yeah. I just feel, yeah. I don't sleep on planes really anyway.
Yeah.
To know if I would, if I were laying flat, I don't really know. Maybe, I don't know. I guess when we flew back from England, we didn't have a third in our row, so I was able to sort of
You
like
were lay down, yeah.
lay
like
down a little bit.
But now imagine if the footrest came out,
Yeah,
and
you can probably cozy up.
yeah.
Yeah, sure, I'll do it.
What's the way people like gaslight? I forget the whole like terminology, but when people are like, "Oh my God, that's a terrible idea," or or they're like, "That won't work," and then they're like, "Okay, well it works sometimes," and then
Yeah.
they're like, "Well, I told you it would always work."
Right.
The
Yeah,
arc of like,
yeah,
I guess
yeah.
it's propaganda or the news.
Yeah.
How it's like at first it's always like a bad idea, then it's like it only works sometimes, and then they tell you. Well,
Well,
of
it's
course,
always- of
always
course
been
it
that
does,
way. And
yeah.
You're like, wait. 6 months ago you said the opposite. I saw you do that in like 2 minutes or whatever.
Yeah, I just did that, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess I would probably buy one of those tickets. I guess so.
Also, you wouldn't have to talk to anybody.
Right.
You get the row.
Okay, yes. Then absolutely. Yes. Count
Yes.
me in.
There we go.
I
All right.
am
We're
in.
buying the
I am
United.
in.
Although we typically fly American. Yeah.
Oh, it's United that's doing that, right? Which I will say, I know I used to hate American. And I've had, knock on wood, completely fine flights with them
It's
recently.
been very good.
I did see someone posted recently, just like an idea for planes, and it's each seat has a little screen. It's basically like drink ordering.
Yeah.
Like, get rid of the fucking cart because
Yeah.
more than half the people on the flight are not getting a beverage. make it so that each seat has, a number,
I wonder what
and each thing, and you just say, yes, I want club soda. Yes, I want a Diet Coke. Yes, I want this. And then it's like, if you want an alcoholic beverage, it prompts you to like get your ID out. And
Yeah.
all the stuff where it's like, you aren't waking anybody up. You aren't rolling the damn cart, bumping into people.
I wonder,
And then
like-
you keep all of the beverages in a refrigerator. The ice stays where it is, and you just single serve these things as people want them. Within a window of time on the flight.
Yeah, it illuminates or says, like,
Yeah.
order, it's open now.
Seems so easy.
Yeah, I guess like the idea is, maybe they're usually trying to hawk other products as far as like sign up for their rewards or other programs too.
Not with beverage cart.
Don't they do it when they're doing that too?
That's usually that's its own announcement. When they try to push like the credit
Okay, you're right.
cards and extra
Yeah.
miles and stuff, that's its own announcement. Usually towards the end of the flight, it's
I
like
wonder
right
if there's
before
a-
they.
I'm just trying to steel man this. I'm like, is there that for safety so they can actually sort of get eyes on everybody? Is anything weird
Maybe, but
happening?
who's saying that they can't just walk the aisle
Valid.
without a cart?
Valid. They could
If
just
something's going
collect-
on and you have the cart in the way. Oh, on one of my flights, like this girl's just trying to get back to her seat.
Right,
And
and
the
you have
damn
to wait
cart's
for
in the
the
way. You have to
cart.
wait for them to like finish pouring the thing and get it. Oh, it's a pain in the ass. She's like, I just want to sit down, which is safer
Yeah.
for that passenger to be
Yeah.
seated.
All right. You won me over. Now I've come
Now
around.
you've come around. Anyway, I saw that and I was like, yeah, brilliant.
I think
Whoever-
it's a great idea.
Yeah.
I think it's very, very
you'd
valid.
have to implement the technology and the things, but even that could just be an iPad for a period of
Well,
time.
and, obviously, older, smaller planes do not have screens, but the majority of bigger planes already have screens.
Also, older, smaller planes, some of them, they're doing the almost puddle jumping. They
They're-
sometimes don't even have
Yeah,
service.
Yeah, valid.
It's like anything less than 45 minutes, I don't think has
Mm-hmm.
service, which is fine. You can be okay for 45
Yeah.
minutes.
Are they? I guess we've probably not been on. Well, like we did international flights. I'm like, is this a technology or something that people are already doing?
Maybe.
Now in first class, like when we got bumped up to business class, they don't push the cart.
No, they just
They-
come around
they
and
come
hand it to you
around.
but on we were still doing pretty short flights.
Yeah.
It's a matter of that's 10 seats
Yeah.
or something. But yeah, I don't know. What are they doing on like Iberia or
Right,
any
exactly.
of these like new? Oh, the Concorde.
The Concorde. So I hope that's real. Like,
I know it's so hard to know, and that's what I
It's been
kept
rumored.
seeing stuff. Yeah, the rumors,
Mm-hmm.
but I haven't seen like a real article on sort of like normal public access
So,
media.
my buddy Josh sent that to me.
Yeah.
Actually, and then I sent it to you. But I was messaging him, and I was like, we could leave in the morning and like have a pint
In Ireland,
in
or,
Ireland
something. Yeah.
and then be back that night.
Be
you know?
amazing.
Yeah.
We could also do that in any city in America, and we don't.
Yeah.
So
No,
the
valid.
likelihood of doing that is
The cost is going to be so high. Yeah.
it's like, yeah, we could be in New York in 50 minutes.
Yeah.
We could easily spend a day in New York.
Yeah.
Do we do it?
No,
But maybe we should.
we can.
Why is it more appealing to travel further?
Well, that was what
Even-
I mean. When we were in England, that was the big thing there, right? It was that they don't visit other parts of England.
Yeah.
Like wherever you go in England, York is where it was the most apparent. But it was like they don't, like 2 hours away is too far for them. But they'll go to France. They'll go
Yeah.
to Portugal. They'll go to all these other countries.
Yeah.
But they won't visit their own country.
Yeah.
You know,
We don't eat in the restaurant that's in the bottom floor of our building.
everyone knows. So we live above this great ramen joint called Tiger and Lily, and we never go there.
You know.
And people are always like, "Oh my God, I would eat there all the time."
It's something where it's like too accessible.
Yeah.
And so you just that's a weird mind fuck thing.
We also,
don't
I mean, really,
know.
like, for us, it's probably because it takes so much planning. Like, I look at my schedule, and I booked my client today for next January.
I thought you were gonna say it takes so much planning to eat ramen.
No,
I
no,
was
no,
like,
no.
Like, where are you going with this?
But it's like, other than, hopefully we're trying to book a tour in
Yeah.
July, but other than that
that
time,
was part of the down of my day.
but other than that time period, like, when else could we take a trip?
Right. Right. Yep. Yeah. So if we could 3 hours to London on the Concorde, it'd be cool.
Yeah.
When it becomes basically like traveling to New York is
sure.
right now, essentially, or
Probably it'll
wherever.
Probably be the same
further.
time the moon base opens up.
Oh, and then we're just going to the moon.
Then we're just going to the moon.
Yeah.
Would you go?
I was just trying to think about that.
I feel like you asked me before, and I was like,
Well,
yes.
yeah,
Immediately.
yeah. You said yes immediately. My whole thing, I don't know. Probably.
Yeah.
There is still so much of the Earth that I want to see.
Right.
And so if just the general data suggests that the risk is just as much as getting on an airplane and or getting in a car, then yes, I'll absolutely go to the moon. If it significantly increases the risk, then no, I've got plenty to do on Earth before I go up to the moon.
Yeah.
I think that's where I stand. So give me the data. Let me weigh my risks.
I mean, already people.
But then people will start going, and I'll be like, "Fuck, I really want to go to the moon."
Well, people, talk about the comparison. Flying in a plane is so much safer than almost anything else.
Yeah.
Then the big thing, like, people just don't realize in America, over 40,000 people die in car accidents every year.
Yeah.
40,000 people.
Yeah.
That's a insane amount of people.
Yeah.
And we're just like, chill with driving.
Maybe every few years a plane crashes.
I think we could probably look at it, but I know almost every plane crash that's happened.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
they've been so rare, and we're looking at less than 1,000 people in 5 years.
I'm really glad we're not flying anytime soon because I feel like we're jinxing ourselves.
But even like there was the tragic,
Yeah.
they just had the wreck on the tarmac.
Yeah.
And unfortunately 2 people died.
Yeah,
But it's like,
it's two.
that was,
Someone died on the highway this morning,
a lot of people died on the highway.
but here,
Yeah.
just news.
You're like, oh, whatever. Someone died in a car accident. Of course.
Ugh,
You get
it's so
desensitized
awful.
to it, yeah.
Yeah.
There was like there's a famous war line. It's like, one death is a tragedy, 1,000 deaths a statistic.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like once the numbers get so big, you're like,
Yeah.
okay, whatever.
It's so weird. Yeah. You would think that the number would increase, the significance would increase with
Yeah,
the number,
but
but
it
it's the
doesn't. It's
opposite.
opposite.
Yeah. Interesting. Interesting. Well, how was your day?
Great. What's today? Thursday. Started out with a big walk. Got my hair cut.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, then straight. I mean, I was pretty like hurt. Oh well, I had to meet the plumber.
Oh yeah, the plumbers.
The plumbers came. So when you own a business, you
Yeah,
gotta have plumbers.
you do.
They were nice. So it was just like 3-mile walk, plumbers, breakfast, haircut, straight into tattooing.
Yeah.
Almost like no downtime in between at all. I thought I was gonna do a little
Sounds like a Matt day.
side project. Well, I love that shit.
Yeah. What was the side project?
I was just gonna work on that poster, but I didn't even have time
Which poster?
for land grant.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So.
Meh.
But no, I enjoyed it. I finished out an outer space sleeve, and what was really fun is, there was a gap in the arm, and my client was like, originally, she was like, let's just put a planet or something in there. And then today, when she came in, she was like, well, I kind of think it'd be fun if there was like a bird. And I'm like, well, we're doing this outer
It's
space
space,
thing.
yeah.
And I was like, what if he's like grabbing a UFO? And she was like, let's put a little cow and a tractor beam. So
Okay.
I had no prep at all.
Yeah.
So I just like pulled up images and just like laid her arm down, and just
That's
shitty and
fun.
Sharpie drew it. And it was like one of my best freehands. Yeah.
Oh,
It's,
that's
like,
really fun.
So good. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool when you have clients who are willing to just do things on the fly, but also have some ideas.
When it's fun, I'll show you, like, we can put this in the
Yeah.
story that you make, but it's like how shitty my drawing is on
Yeah.
the arm.
Compared to what
And,
the tattoo actually turned
and
out
I've
to
tattooed
be.
her a bunch, so she was like, sure.
Trustworthy.
I trust whatever you're about to do. But like, if you just saw the Sharpie drawing, you'd be like, I don't know what the fuck that is.
Yeah. I know we've asked this before, but I can't remember your answer. I mean, thoughts on aliens?
Yeah, well now I'm even like, there's a new theory that's been
Oh,
on the
what is
internet.
it?
So, the common theory, either extraterrestrials, they're from another planet, or
It's us time traveling.
it's us time traveling.
Yeah.
And now I just finished that book, Replaceable You.
Oh yeah.
And I sort of think a lot of people right now are talking about longevity. There's the
Yeah.
Maha movement, so
Right,
people are
right.
really into health and wellness. And someone was like, well, it's just transhumanism billionaires. And
Okay.
they can't like go back to being normal humans. So
Okay.
they're trying to come back to figure out how to be human again. That's why.
Oh, weird.
That's why they like abduct people and do the studies, and it's like, you know,
like the human life
like
was just
Peter
better
Thiel,
than.
Peter Thiel or Elon Musk have like gotten so many surgeries and so many new organs, and they've
Oh
become
my
so
God.
different, and they've lived for 1,000 years, and they're like, we've forgotten the technology on how to be human, and so they come back to study us to try and
But obviously the desire is to be more,
more
human,
human.
again. Like
Yeah,
that still
it's gone
is
like so far
that's
into
hilarious.
transhumanism
I had not
that
heard
you
that.
now are trying to come back in time to be like what even was human anymore. Yeah. So still us from the future, but
Right,
but
right.
really like even people like more that we not that we evolved because
We-
the theory was always like our heads keep getting bigger,
Yeah.
our genitals smaller,
Right.
we become gray.
Right.
Okay, we're the aliens.
Yeah.
But what if we do it to ourselves? It's not evolution.
Yeah.
We keep like hacking and adding and we just want to live forever.
Yeah.
And then you're
and
like,
it just turns into
into
that,
that, yeah.
being. That's pretty funny. I definitely had not heard that.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. I feel like, was it which movie? Oh shoot, it's not The Martian, but the other one.
Project Hail Mary? Or-
No. That came out before The Martian. Oh my God, I think it's Ryan Gosling. No, who is it? Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, Interstellar.
Interstellar. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
That was, I think, the first time I actually understood like space-time travel and how
Oh,
that
yeah,
could
compression of time.
yeah, how that could happen.
Yeah.
You could come back and be doing things, and yeah, that was the first time I saw it sort of like visually
Yeah.
done, and I was like, oh, I kind of get it. Which I talk about all the time. It's so fascinating with technology, because I think it just goes to show how much we do evolve with it, because there's so much technology that we have now that even if I don't 100% understand it, I understand how you could get to that point. Whereas even like 10 years ago, I can't think of a good example right now, but someone could be talking about some form of technology or some advancement in technology, and I just would have no idea how you get
Yeah.
there. But like, that sounds like something you just made up, and you're gonna make up how to make it. And now I'm like, oh no, I kind of do understand, because based on the technology we do have,
Right.
and I've seen it evolve, like, oh, that makes a little more sense, and now I can kind of get there.
Yeah.
But
Do you know Albert Einstein never did a single experiment? I feel like people always
what?
people always think of Einstein as like this great scientist, which
Yeah.
he absolutely is, theoretical physicist. So like he literally the most interesting thing is, I mean, E equals MC squared, but he never proved it.
It's a theory.
It's a theory, and so all of his theories, the ones that have been proven, were proven by other people.
Right.
It's experiments that people did. You put a clock in a supersonic plane and a clock on Earth. It moves, as fast as the speed of sound.
Mm-hmm.
It moves at a different rate of speed. We can calculate that. We understand that time compresses at different speeds.
Right.
But Einstein didn't do that. Einstein never did a single experiment ever.
He just always followed the math?
Just math, just only
Yeah.
math, and it would be like.
How
these-
soon after he came up with these equations were people testing him?
Very soon, I think.
So he's like still around,
Well-
but he wasn't the one doing it?
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Other he and that was
He's like, so
he said
this is
that.
probably right, but like, have at it.
he was always like, yeah, like my job is to theorize, not to execute. Yeah.
Now I wonder how often people would then experiment, test things, and then come back to him and say, no, didn't work.
Well, I don't think
And then
I don't
he-
think much of it was direct back and forth with
Yeah.
him. He would now, as experiments failed, he would revise things and like pitch different
Yeah,
ideas.
right. That's what
But
I
I think a
mean.
lot of it was like, other like actual like scientists who were working in labs. They would like, submit their findings to journals and stuff.
Yeah.
It was way more of this open conversation in different scientific journals and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Yeah. But it's just funny because people, I don't know, your conception of Einstein is probably in a laboratory or something. And that would-
Until you hear his title,
theoretical
theoretical physicist,
But
it's
it
in
was-
the name.
It was just behind desks and books and chalkboards.
That's what I picture him.
Yeah, yeah.
I've never seen him. I've actually never thought of him as in a lab coat or
Yeah.
in a lab. It's always at the chalkboard,
I feel like there's
behind
like
a desk, way
illustrations
more,
of him
way
like
more
blowing stuff up
professorial
or
or
something.
something.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Not that I've seen. Not my
Wow.
Einstein.
Okay.
That can be your Einstein.
Yeah, for sure. Well, mine is there's a famous image of him teaching physics to black students and it was like a huge deal.
Oh,
It was like I forget which, it was like a historically black college, and
That's cool.
Einstein was like the first like white professor to like
Oh, really?
do it. It was like a whole thing. Yeah, he like
Oh.
guest spoke at a thing. Yeah,
that's really cool.
yeah. It was also one of my favorite Einstein things is he never was religious, actually never even claimed to be a Jew, but then when the Nazis kicked him out of Germany, he became super Jew.
Super Jewish. Yeah. Yeah.
He was like, fuck you. If you're not going to let me stay here because you're saying I'm Jewish, well, now I'm going to be fucking Jewish.
Yeah.
I was like a punk, that was like very
Very
punk
punk
rock.
rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Stick it to them. I had a customer come down today and I was giving them their receipt and they were just like spelling their last name. And it really is a relatively phonetic last name. I can't think of it right now. And I was like, wow. I was like, cool last name. He was like, it's so Jewish. And I was like, that's awesome.
My client today, we were having a conversation, and so I'll get back to our conversation. There's a romantic bookshop in Dayton that just opened. Do you know
Okay.
about this?
No.
It's like only romance novels. It's called Swoon,
Oh my God.
and it's a bar.
What?
So it's like a bar, and you go and drink wine and rosé, and it's a bookstore, but only romance novels. Because
Oh,
that's the
goodness.
most popular shit in the world
Yeah.
right now.
I don't think I can go.
You would hate it.
I would hate it.
You would
Yes,
hate
thank
it.
you.
But I
Okay.
can say for the vast majority of people, romantasy is
Right.
like we've talked. It is single-handedly saving
Saving
books.
bookstores and books. Yeah.
Bookstores everything would be completely gone if
Saving reading.
reading in general.
Yeah.
And so like I was like, what a great idea right now. Like
Oh, I mean, also just fun. I mean, anything that does, I think, celebrate literature.
for sure. But I'm like, if like you have probably a window of the next like 5 years or something,
Or you can have
where
this business,
and this will
yeah.
crush. This will be like
Oh, interesting.
sought
I
after.
wonder
People
where
will
it
travel
is.
from everywhere to go
Well,
to this
yeah, it's
thing.
a destination
Oh
location.
my God, yeah.
Yeah. I wonder how many book clubs are going to try to meet
Tons.
there.
Well, you would rent it out.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah.
Swoon.
Swoon, it's a good name.
That's pretty good. I would go just to see it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I would probably not partake.
No,
I
but
don't
they
really
might
like rosé, and I'm not a big.
I'm sure they have full bar.
Romance is completely fine. The
Yeah.
romantasy, I just have yet to read a good one.
Yeah, I'm almost tempted. People are like, Heated Rivalry is like the best book, or it might be a series, I guess, but
I don't know if it as a book. I know it's a series.
Yeah, they turned it into a TV show.
Okay,
obviously,
so it
with Wolf
was a
Parade.
book.
It was a book first, and people were just like, it's like so beautiful.
Oh, okay.
But, I
But
don't
that's
know.
probably romance.
It is. Yeah.
That's not. Yeah.
It's not romantasy. It's just
Yeah,
romance. But
yeah.
yeah, people were just like, it's like such a great love story and just like so well done.
Okay.
I don't know.
I guess we're watching Heated Rivalry.
I'll watch. I mean, you got hockey and a love story. You know,
Totally.
and something about a loon. I honestly, I
A
don't know.
loon?
Like the bird.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Is
think
that like their mascot or something?
yeah.
Okay.
Which I only know because
Wait,
I did the tattoo.
That's what I was gonna say. You did a
Yes.
tattoo for it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the two things I know is one of their mascots is a loon,
Okay.
and Wolf Parade is featured in one of the episodes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
For some reason, when we were just talking about that, I just got excited that our piano is getting tuned on Saturday.
Speaking of tuning,
Maybe that's Louis
I was
Tune.
thinking about the piano tuner coming when you were talking about services and talking
Okay,
to
so
service
let's
people.
talk about the goddamn piano tuner coming.
Because I'm like, you won't be able to resist just being like, where are you from? Do you have a family? Like, because
Oh,
he's
yeah,
the
yeah,
piano
yeah.
tuner, he's doing a service.
Right,
And
seriously.
You're like, I guess I have to engage with you now.
Yeah, when I booked it, because it's an initial, setup and tuning and stuff, he like blocks off like 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
So I was already kind of like, that's a long time to
Yeah.
be with a stranger. And so I'm imagining that I can
I think they'll
come
pop
and
in
go.
and out, yeah.
He'd probably prefer that I'm not there the whole
Yes.
time. But I'm so excited.
I'm sorry, it'll be great. We need to
What a
clean the
little
piano.
simple little joy, and something I've been well. I tried getting it tuned right after we
was
moved
kind of a
in, and it was a
fail.
fail. It was just
Yeah.
a terrible tuning guy, and he basically walked out and said he couldn't do it, and I was
Yeah.
like, why?
Yeah, and like, if this guy is like, oh, you need to fix this.
Yeah, then fine.
Then
Okay,
we'll get
now
it
I
fucking
know,
fixed, yeah.
but and ideally he could fix it. There's a couple of dead keys, but
Yeah.
I'm just so excited to be able to like really play the piano again. Even when I was at my parents' house, pounding on the keys with Charlie, I was like playing a few things, and at least all of their keys work, and it was relatively in tune. And I was like, I love to play the piano.
Yeah.
Like that is if I'm like writing any music, if I'm
Yeah.
trying to work on something. Actually, a couple weeks ago, I heard a chord progression just in a song on not YouTube, on Instagram, and I couldn't figure out one of the notes, and it ended up being like a weird sharp, but I couldn't figure it out on the guitar. It was just like
Right.
not really registering correctly, and so I went to the piano and I figured it out from there. And then sure enough, I went back to the guitar and played it the way I played it on the
Right.
piano, and it worked. But the piano, I think, is my instrument for
Yeah.
figuring things out, and so I'm excited to have it back.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
I mean, it's not that bad.
No, it's not, but you don't get the satisfaction of, there are probably 5 or 6 dead keys right now that are in every octave. So you
Yeah.
don't have the full octave, both left and right hand. Like it's just a pain.
Yeah.
But I think it's gonna be cool.
I have the MIDI controller,
Uh-huh.
which if people don't know, a MIDI controller is a little keyboard that can sound like anything.
Mm-hmm.
So on my like recording software, I can make it a synthesizer.
Does MIDI stand
It does stand for something.
is it an acronym or is it an abbreviation?
I have no idea.
I don't know either.
Yeah, because like anything could be converted to MIDI. So I
Yeah.
think it means it's just like my
Something digital, I bet.
my context clues would be that it's a digital input.
Yeah.
So musical instrument digital input. I bet that's what it probably
That's
means.
probably what it is.
And then you can change, like, so it enters a tone, but then
Yeah.
you can make it sound like any instrument.
Right.
I can do strings, I can do
Yeah.
full orchestras. And
Yeah.
so, but my MIDI controller's only 15 keys.
yeah.
So it's a tiny keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
I only ever use my left hand,
Yeah.
and then I'm clicking on a mouse. So when I play piano, I'm
You're playing computer piano.
computer piano.
Yeah.
So I like the translation for me is so dramatically different because I did
Yeah.
not grow up like playing an actual like full keyboard or
Yeah.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah. Anymore, I think now that I'm an adult, I just love knowing that I'm fixing something,
Yeah.
that something is better because I'm putting effort, time, money, something into
I
it.
just texted the group chat yesterday. So for all of our artists, like we had a problem with the sync, and I was like, fixing shit is absolutely my favorite thing.
It just feels really good.
And I was like, this is not sarcasm. Like,
Yeah, like I'm hyped. Like,
like,
plumber's coming.
let's fix some stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I that's a new feeling for me. Just feeling like, okay, I'm excited to, and it's not that. I mean, yes, I will play the piano. That's great, but more so, I'm excited for the piano.
Oh,
I want it. I'm
piano's
going to
gonna be so happy.
anthropomorphize the
It's gonna be
piano.
so happy.
But I want things to be properly functioning, just to be properly functioning.
Yeah.
Obviously, I will get something out of it, but I don't know. Maybe that's like the strange mothering, nurturing part
Yeah,
of me
well, you
coming
just saw a
out.
baby,
Yeah. But just the desire to, make things function properly
Yeah.
feels really good. So
I get excited when things work well. I definitely have like a tendency to collect strays and try and like build people up. I want everyone to succeed.
oh yeah.
I like have a problem of like, I think my biggest disappointment is I always give people a copy of The Obstacle is the Way,
Yeah.
and I don't think anybody's gotten anything out of it.
Until the one person does.
I know,
And then the single number.
I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah. If you gave it to everybody and they all told you they loved it, okay, great. That would turn
Yeah.
into this sort of like watered down response or emotional response to it.
Yeah.
But if one person comes to you and said it made an impact, you're going to feel that even more.
I know.
I enjoyed it.
Well, thank you. Your
But
mom did.
My mom really liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my mom takes those things to heart.
Yeah, I go through
So-
phases of it, and I did not realize other people did this. Of course they do.
Yeah.
But you sort of like, you have a book that you just like to give to people.
A book or just a thing.
Yeah.
And actually, I feel like I've been kind of wanting to find what my thing is, whether it's a gift or, everyone says like gift something that you love.
Right.
Or share something that you love. And I'm like, well, that would be a horse. And that's really hard to
Well,
do.
you gifted our nephew a miniature horse grooming thing, didn't you?
I did. So
Yeah.
there are ways to do that. But no, I'm actively trying to figure out what my thing is. And it is, I do think it helps for it to be something tangible,
Well, I love it.
something real.
I really like to do that with my brother. It's always
Yeah.
like, I'm eating this, I'm drinking this. like,
Yeah.
what am I into right
I guess routine, or not even routine, just things that you do that do make you feel
Yeah.
a certain way. Try to share that with people.
My-
But that's so hard because everybody feels so different.
Differently,
And that
yeah.
truly is relatively dependent on your physical body. and nobody feels the exact same way I do. So to say that I do something and it makes me feel good, yeah, you can share that, but who knows if it's
Yeah.
going to have the same effect, which I guess sharing the book, it's the same way, the way you read a book,
Yeah.
based on your own experiences. But it'd be nice to have one little thing like, I love this product and I think you will too.
Yeah, I used to give people good to great,
Yeah.
which is way more business oriented.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I felt like that hit sometimes, but
Mm-hmm.
I feel like obstacle away. You have any stoicism, you know? So I'm always like, if you're struggling with something, or if you want to like, you got to change your mindset first.
Yeah.
You know, it
Yeah.
starts right there, and if you change that, then it can change everything.
Well, and I think the way that it's presented in the book, it teaches you how to acknowledge those moments.
Well, it's way
and
more
then-
philosophy.
because it's easy to say like, okay, be stoic about it, but it's when you're in the moment.
Yeah.
And we talk about this all the time. Your emotions are running very hot
Yeah.
or rampant, and so that book teaches you how to acknowledge the emotions and basically stop yourself in that moment to then
Yeah.
try to start being stoic.
Yeah. Tons of historical examples, which
Yeah.
is good. And what I like is it's way more, I mean, it's in the philosophy section, not the pop science and not the self-help section. You
Yeah.
know? So like it's looked at as more of a, you know, textbook than
Mm-hmm.
just because so many people, especially when you do like the business or right now, like everyone's, I don't know, there's so much like noise online that's always like, you know, eat this, drink this,
Yeah.
like this will make you better, this will make you smarter or whatever.
Let alone all the trends.
They go through trends,
Yeah.
there's huge cycles, but this is like, well, it's based on Marcus Aurelius, you know?
Yeah.
Not only that, but like Teddy Roosevelt to, you know, Amelia Earhart, a lot of these people had like Marcus Aurelius, like meditations in their nightstand.
Right.
You know, we
right.
know that.
They were living their life
They were
based on a
doing
lot of the
this, and
principles.
so this is the synthesized version of
Yeah.
that, you know, and if these like people thought that this type of thinking,
Yeah.
you know, was help them,
Yeah.
it's like
Well, and these as successful, fascinating people.
people who did not always like start out successful too. That's the interesting thing, you know. It's
And
like,
did not lead ordinary lives.
no, not at all. It's something I realized today. I was listening to How I Built This, which now I'm
I know, all
Super
in. It's
into.
so good.
like, I want to wait for you to listen to the Khan Academy
I will.
before I like
Okay, we'll get into
say
that next
anything
time.
about it.
Yeah.
But what I realized about him, and basically like the guy who started Kettle Chips Kettle Brand and the Scrub Daddy and the Vidal Farm and fucking travel
Rick Steves.
Rick Steves. But like I've said it before, but listening to these rapid fire because they're only like hour and a half.
Right,
Listen
right.
to them rapid fire. It would not have mattered what sector they were in.
Right,
They would have been high performers.
right.
They just happen to be like Kettle Chips. He's living in a community and they're interested in the natural foods and the natural food movement's happening. And he's like, okay, I'm going to lean into that.
Right.
And Rick Steves did this travel trip with his family, started just sort of like doing travel seminars on the side and was like, I'm just going to like do this now. They like,
But it really is the type of person that they are.
it's the type of person because it would not have mattered. It's whatever they would have
Could have been chocolate.
It could have been-
Could have been sneakers.
that
Could
same
have been, yeah.
person, if they would have had like an initial experience, if they would have been exposed to fucking training alligators,
Right.
then they would have been the best alligator trainer of all time.
Right.
It's just like, what was the thing that hooked them early, and then they became super high performers. And it's like over and over. It's like the Scrub Daddy guy. Well, he was washing cars on the side in high school, you know, and then he went to college and he's like, I don't know, but like this thing that I've already started.
So what do you think is sort of at the core of each of them? Just an innate drive, desire to learn, combination of a lot of things.
I mean, the Kettle Chips guy basically got kicked out of his like yogi commune because he was too driven.
Yeah.
You know, like he was just like, no, we could take this thing where there's huge opportunity. Why are we not trying to do this? We
So
could
probably just a
maximize it.
drive to always be doing.
I think it's a drive, and they all, even Rick Steves and the Kettle Chips guy, who are like the most like liberal, sweetest, philanthropic, are still like, all I wanted to do was like be more successful. You know, they like
yeah.
it's always there.
So
like,
the CEO of Coca-Cola was on CNBC this morning, and I caught just the tail end of his interview. But he said sort of the obvious, you know, I think they were sort of joking, you know, find something you love and you'll never work a day in your life. And he said that he gets asked all the time, how do you like basically find the right job or feel inspired
Yeah.
in your job? And he was more so like, find something you're passionate about. If you're truly passionate, you will get up earlier. You
Yeah.
will work harder. You will be the, first one in, last one out. You will want to spend all your energy, time trying to figure it out. Like you will end up being successful because of the passion, which is sort of the opposite of what we're saying right here. Or is there just this drive to do? I don't
Yeah.
know. Probably very much a combination of both, or two different paths that could lead you to the same level of success.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's an
I'm a
interesting
big
way
believer
to.
that you can also like decide to be passionate.
Well, and maybe that's
You know.
well, yes.
Like I think you
Which
can.
I think that then comes out of the drive.
That's exactly. I think it comes back to that. It's like, and this is what I say about talent all the time. And I harp on this shit, but it's
Yeah.
like I don't believe in talent, but I don't believe that everybody can be successful.
Yeah.
So I'm like the most talented people. They probably like, Tom Brady would have been the Tom Brady of whatever it was.
Right.
If it was selling homes, that motherfucker would be. We'd talk about him because we'd be
Yeah.
like, he'd be the Compass
he'd
real
be
estate
he'd be
guy.
Corcoran.
Yeah, he'd be like on everything. It's like he
Yeah.
would be the most successful. But he was pushed into football.
Yeah.
He got positive feedback on that. Then that like fed his drive to do it. And then he put that drive that would have been anywhere into that specific thing.
Do you think?
Obsession. Probably,
Yeah, in terms of finding the passion, do you think it has to be presented to you, or can you find it? Say I don't really know exactly what I'm trying to say, but I still feel like that comes from a drive to just want to do something really well. Never mind, I lost it.
Yeah, I don't even think it's really well. I mean,
I didn't mean that. I
at the
don't
end
really
of
know
the
what
day,
I'm saying.
the people who are the most successful just don't give up.
Yeah.
And so it's the type of person who's stubborn,
Yeah.
but also like really optimistic as well. Like the only way you'll succeed is if you believe you can. So you have to like sort of decide, and most people don't decide. It's actually like almost ignorance. And a lot of these founders and stuff will
Yeah.
always say, it's like, I look back and I'm like, that was so stupid.
Oh, I mean, I hear them say all the time. Actually, it's an ignorance is bliss situation when
Yeah.
they're shoot. Who was I listening
Especially,
to?
like-
I think it was the Gymboree lady, and she was just like, "Thank God I didn't know what the hell I was
Yeah.
doing because I wouldn't have done so many things out of fear because it was the wrong
Yep.
thing to do." She's like, "I just went for it, and it was hard, and there were moments that
Yeah.
were minor failures, but ultimately got her to where she." got
Yeah.
and it was because she was like, I had no fucking idea what I was doing.
Yep.
And I just asked questions and I just did things.
Yep.
And yeah, I think you're right. It's
I think
almost
you have to be super driven, confident, and stupid.
not stupid, but I think maybe a naivete.
Naivete is a way better way to put it because, and
You can have a thoughtful naivete. You can be like,
but I also think
just gonna
like
go.
some of these hyper performers have had extreme adversity because
Yeah.
naivete, you could say, well, they haven't like been beat down or they haven't had a bunch of failures, but that's actually untrue because most of these people have had infinite failures, like over and over and over and over again, where a project like fell apart, they didn't think it was going to happen, they get kicked out, they're on their last dollar.
So now you just don't even have much attachment to anything.
Well, that's actually, I've said that before. I've
Yeah.
been broke before, so I have less
Just
fear.
detach.
Like,
just be like, whatever.
I lived in a van. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, so I have like, you have less fear because of that.
Yeah.
If you've experienced
Something.
if you've experienced what it's like to not have anything,
Mm-hmm.
you probably have a higher risk appetite.
So there's a lot of things.
There's a lot of factors. What is the X factor?
I don't know.
I don't know. And that's why there's infinite books on it as well.
Infinite books and infinite different types of people, which I think is a great way to end this sort of conversation that anybody can do it.
Anybody can do it.
Anybody can do it. There
there's
actually
not a
isn't a
path.
specific
There's not a one path.
type of
yeah.
person. There isn't a specific path. But I don't know.
I love it. I love learning about it. I get excited. I love the stories.
It's even, I mean, inspiring almost is like too whimsy of a word, but it gets me hyped up. It makes me want to. I mean, half of today was like, I told you I kind of would like be up and then down and up and then down. And when I would go back up, it was because I read something fascinating. I saw something do something, saw somebody do something, you know, cool or, and I don't know, something that got me like, all right, let's get back to work. Let's go.
Yeah.
And then I get beat down. I wouldn't hear back from this or
Yeah.
someone didn't come in or whatever. And then I'd be like, no, it's okay. It's all okay.
Keep hacking away.
But emotional whiplash a little
Yeah.
bit.
Well, all we have to do
Emotional
is
whiplash.
now have a fun evening.
Yeah, just a little chattiness. Maybe we'll learn something.
Maybe we'll learn something.
Yeah,
I don't mind these. So we're going to like a social event with just our neighbors.
yeah.
But
Some downtowners.
Some downtowners. We live downtown in a major city.
Well, it's just it's an opportunity for people who live downtown to
Yeah.
mingle and meet, and especially because it's not obvious where people live, especially in downtowns. You know, you have condos, you have apartments, you have in some buildings you don't even realize there are apartments in them or townhomes, and it's kind of fun to be like, well, where do you live?
We were talking about how like, why are there always like quirky shops downtown and not like the cool areas? Like in most major cities we go to, the downtown, which is typically the financial district,
Yeah.
is not where the interesting spots are.
The hip
like,
spots, the local,
Yeah, if you're in a city, it's like, well,
restaurants
go to this
venues.
so hood. You know, you go to this like weird, quirky neighborhood, and that's like, here's a bunch of cool boutiques and restaurants, and that's where the art's happening. Why is that? Well, it's because there's a lot of corporate businesses, but then we live in the middle of a downtown, and it's like, well, a lot of days of the week, it's pretty dead. It's pretty quiet.
In the evenings.
But there are like 10,000 people that live downtown.
Yeah. Which I think that then is something the city is trying to work on. You know, it's how do you want people to live downtown? How do you keep them downtown? How do you support them as downtown residents? Because they're not just here 9 to 5. They're here, 24/7, or they're here 5 to 8:30. You know, when they're at home.
I never really stopped to think about how like where I grew up, when I was little, the town had 1,400 people. You know, and now it's less.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about how there's nobody downtown.
Oh yeah, and there's so many more people than were in your entire town. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
I
that's pretty
totally
funny.
get it. Yeah.
I'm surrounded by 10,000 people immediately around me. Yeah.
It's funny. I have not personally looked up any of the data or statistics on, they keep projecting more and more people are wanting to live in urban
30,000
centers.
is what they're shooting for.
And I have yet to, like I said, see any graphs or anything. But apparently they are, because they're trying to turn all these buildings into residential. And
The only thing I hear is, well, there's not enough housing. But then
I know.
So many people talk about how these buildings are empty.
Yeah.
They've built all of this new housing, and all I hear from if I listen to the news, we have a housing crisis, there's not enough housing.
Right.
If I talk to people downtown, they're like, my entire building's empty.
Right. I know.
I'm like, so what's that? It's a pricing issue.
Yeah.
The argument would be that, well, these are too expensive
Right.
for the people that want the housing.
Okay.
But I don't know. I don't know where the disconnect is at. Then I'm like, well, then why do they keep building this housing?
Well, exactly.
If it doesn't service.
That's
the
what I'm saying.
needs?
Where's the data not matching up, or where are they pulling it from? That they're building all these super high-end condos or apartments.
Who are they supposed to service?
Right.
If not this gigantic need of housing. I don't know.
I don't know either, but maybe we'll find out tonight. Find out where people are living.
Valid.
Any other
Yeah.
points of interest for?
Anything you're looking forward to?
The piano.
The
I'm
piano.
very excited about the piano. No, I'm looking forward to actually getting this tour booked. It's probably gonna kill me, but
I know.
I got it.
I know you did.
Got it. I was just like on a roll, reaching out to places, and now it's just been crickets. And
Yeah.
I'm like, cool.
I think you know what to do, but wait a couple of days.
Reach back out. Yeah. Yep.
I was like,
Just gotta be the squeaky wheel.
yeah, my Detroit contact, I realized it was like his birthday and everything, so I'm gonna like wait a
Oh,
couple
funny,
of days
yeah.
and then reach back out and be like, okay, what's any news, anything I can be
It's
doing?
so hard because like you don't want to be obnoxious about it.
Yeah, but
And every band thinks they're so fucking cool. So if you're pushy, then they think you're annoying.
Right.
And which I've felt that on our end too. But I also don't give a fuck.
I think after if there's something I've learned from owning businesses, it's that unfortunately, you just have to be annoying
I think so.
because people will not respond. It's
Yeah.
wild, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, then that's
Here I
just
come.
how you have to be,
Yeah.
you know.
All right. Well, maybe I'll just get kind of annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, be sweet, you know. What you
Sweet
want.
but annoying.
Sweet but annoying.
I can probably do that.
It's good. Maybe that's a shirt we should make.
What is it? Or good? Yeah. Album
King-
name or something.
King Serpent.
Sweet but annoying.
I don't hate it.
Annoying but sweet.
Annoying but sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our version of a Sour Patch Kid.
What do you say? What did the band call us? Just hard rock.
Yeah. Someone said we're hard rock.
We rock.
We rock.
I mean, we posted a photo of us in flames.
That's true.
It's pretty metal,
It's pretty annoying,
but sweet.
but sweet.
All right, we'll wrap it
All
up
right.
there.
Stay sweet.
Yeah, stay sweet. Be sweet.
Be sweet.